And I will establish my covenant between me and you and your seed after you in their generations for an everlasting covenant, to be an heir unto you and to your seed after you.
This is you. When the Father was speaking to Abraham, he had you in mind, because you at this particular time was in the loins of Abraham. You better claim your land. You better claim your promise that the Father is giving you. See, this is not a joke. This is real. And this is not your home. Stop trying to be comfortable here. This is not your home. We have a home. The seed of Abraham have a home, and it's called Yisrael.
Hallelujah.
We got to get our home, and we got to keep this covenant before the ears of the Most High and remind him of his word that he spoke to Abraham. This is highly important to us. See, while everything is going on in the world, we reminding the Father of his covenant, because the Father has got a date with this harlot.
Yes, he does.
And the wrath of the Most High. See, we're going to talk about the iniquity of the Amorites and what happened when the iniquity gets filled. Because see, America got some iniquity, and guess what? It's about to get filled.
That's right.
And when the iniquity of America is full, look out.
That's right.
Because y'all finna do something with this harlot.
Here it comes.
See, this hoe is finna get whooped. Oh, she got a date. Well, hey, it's a similitude. When this iniquity gets filled, we got to get home. The Father made us some promises. That's why this is highly important. All right? Verse 8.
And I will give unto you and to your seed after you the land wherein you are a stranger, all the land of Canaan.
So that's the land is strange, isn't it? Sounds like verse 15 in chapter 13, don't it? All your seed. Begin with Isaac, okay?
For an everlasting possession.
How long?
Everlasting. And I will be there.
Verse 9.
And Elohim said unto Abraham, you shall keep my covenant, therefore, you and your seed after you in their generations.
And the covenant that he gave was the covenant of circumcision. Circumcision of the male penis is a token or a sign that the Father promised the DNA seed of Abraham some land in the navel of the earth.
That's right.
So every time the Father look at the children of Israel, the seed of Abraham, the male child, he remembers his covenant. He remembers the land. So that's why we keep that covenant. It has nothing to do with salvation. That's Acts the 15th chapter that a lot of people butcher, about salvation and circumcision. Circumcision is a token, a sign, pointing to something, a covenant, a contract between me and my heritage. I promised them some land, 1,500 miles square, from the rivers of Egypt. That's the Nile River.
Nile River.
Northeast Africa, to the great river Euphrates, all the way up to Iraq and Iran, Assyria. All that's our land. The folk that's up in Iraq, that's the land. 1,500 miles square. That's what he promised. You got to remind the Father of his promises. All right, let's go back to Genesis 15th chapter. Let's pick it up at verse 16. I'm sorry, verse 14.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward they shall come out with great substance.
Now, that's dealing with Egypt. What I want to do right now, for time's sake, I want to give the timeline or the length of time the children of Israel, or the seed, I'm sorry, so I keep doing the same thing. This the seed of Abraham. You see that thing? Yeah, get it? Yeah. The seed of Abraham was in Canaan land, and the seed of Abraham, which is the children of Israel, in Egypt, a total of 400 years. So now we're about to go into the prophecy hard.